What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that bell so you get notification anytime I go live and anytime I post a video. If at any point during this video you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button so we can get to the algorithm and more people can see this content. Let's get into this. Today, I want to pose the question of, is it in a woman's nature, right? And we're talking about women of today, right? The women who are mainly seen to be in their masculine energy. Is it truly in them to be feminine, but they have to move a certain way to get along throughout the world in this day and age, to make moves, to pay their bills, to be boss chicks, so on and so forth? Is it in their nature to be feminine, or has the pendulum swung and it's now in their nature to be more on the masculine side? We're going to watch this clip, and from my real life experience, I'm going to break this all the way down. Let's get into this.
Baby, put me in a dungeon, baby. Put me in a dungeon. Lock me up.
Hold on, I think you want to be honest. Go ahead.
I think that a lot of the times people forget that women out here are working hard and going after things based off of necessity and not desire. Right? Our natural state, our innate desire is to want to be the helpmeet, want to be the helpmate, want to be that person that is feminine in our feminine, but it's the world that makes us masculine because we got to be out here, we got bills to pay. But I don't think that's most women's natural desire.
No, that's a choice.
You saw that, you heard that. She said that it is in a woman's nature to be a helpmeet. And the only reason they go as hard as they do, now, is because they're out here, they're trying to survive. They got to pay their bills. They got to move out here in the work world, all that good stuff. And that is why they appear to be in that masculine energy, right? But it is in their nature to be in their feminine energy and to be helpmates, right? Is there truth in that? Is there truth in that? If I had to say, I'm going to say she's actually correct. She is actually correct. Now, I'll lay a firm foundation with this as a man of God. Let me say this. In Genesis 2:18 in the Bible, right? When the woman was created, right, from Adam's rib, it says that God created her to be a suitable helper for a man, and that no man should be alone. So a woman was created to be a suitable helper for a man, right? When you go all the way back to Genesis in the Bible. Now let's fast forward to 2024. You got a lot of women out here moving in their masculine energy. I'm going to just be honest. Got a lot of women out here, they call themselves boss chicks. They're getting to the bag, they're getting to the money. Many of these women are paying their own bills. It's hard to slow them down. There's a big gender war going on. If you say the word submission to a lot of these women, they go crazy. If you tell a woman she needs to be agreeable, she needs to cooperate, a lot of times they'll go crazy. Even to the point now to where a lot of them say, well, I'll do it for the right man. I'll be feminine for the right man. And a lot of times what we call that is conditional feminism, right? We call that conditional feminism, right? And a woman should naturally be in her feminine energy. This shouldn't be something that's turned on and turned off. Although, as many women move through the workplace, right, or through the work world, they do have to exert some of that to a degree, right? I've heard it said that even the trait of being successful or chasing success, they say that's a masculine trait, right? To a degree, you have to be aggressive to achieve that. So I can see that point. So a lot of women are in positions to where they might have to exuberate some masculine energy, some masculine traits. So the thing about it is that this, right? So once we weave through all of that and break all of that down, do women naturally want to be a helpmate, or move in their feminine energy? I'm going to say yes. A lot of times when women run into certain types of guys, they realize that masculine energy has to go out the door. Now, this is most women. You have a percentage of women who gonna remain in their masculine energy. That's who they are. You ain't gonna change it. Those women right there, for the most part, unless you're a certain type of man, you need to leave those women where they are. Right? You need to leave those women where they are. They can't be led. They want to lead the charge. They want things to go their way. They don't have a kind, meek spirit. They don't have a feminine bone in their body. Leave them where they at. But for the majority of these women, even out here in the workforce, doing their thing, making these moves, paying their bills, they have a sense of independence about themselves. When they run into certain guys, even though I don't agree with conditional feminism, right, or conditional femininity, or whatever you want to call it, I don't agree with it. But the majority of those women, when they run into a certain type of dude, they will realize that masculinity has to go out the window, right? That masculinity has to go out the window. Now, I would encourage guys to bond with women who always remain in their feminine energy, right? Don't get it twisted, right? I would encourage guys to go after women who always remain in their feminine energy, right? But as we move into the future, right, it's getting slimmer and slimmer, the amount of women who are going to remain in their feminine energy. And I'm speaking to the women who are in the United States of America, right? Now, of course, if you go overseas, deal with women from other countries, now you might be more prone or more likely to find that feminine woman, right? I don't know what it is. It's the culture, right? But many of those women will remain in that energy, that feminine energy, right? But for right now, I'm going to speak on women here in America, right? As we get further and further away from that, right, it's becoming harder and harder. That's why these dating apps are becoming more and more popular. Instagram, Facebook, these things are becoming more and more popular. These inboxes, I mean, this stuff is getting out of hand, right? People are not able to bond like they did in yesteryear, right? People are still bonding, but it's not the same, right? A lot of these people uniting and bonding is becoming very transactional, right? Meaning you're going to have them green dollars, right? Or them blue dollars. But you're going to have something if you want to bond with a woman, right? In this day and age. In many cases, right? You still have a lot of successful relationships and marriages going on. And usually those couples are off the scene. But mainly what you see online is the riffraff and the things that are problematic and the superficial things that are going on. And this goes on both sides. But anyway, let me bring this back around full circle. I was recently married. And when I first met my wife, she's a boss. She's a director, by the way. She's a director of a pretty good company. And at first, so let's just give it a shot. But I had my doubts. I said, I don't know. She in that position, she's going to have some masculine energy. We're going to bump heads. I don't play that. I'm a firm, solid alpha, blah, 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 blah. We're going to bump heads. Early on, at first it started off cool. Then the first week, bumping heads. Psh, psh, psh. I'm saying this, she's saying that. I was ready to wash my hands. I said, yeah, I just knew it was going to go this way. I knew it was going to go that way, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she held on, right? We had a big conversation. I said, I thought that conversation was going to end us. Nah, she held on. And I'm assuming she saw something in me that told her energy, like, don't lose this one. Don't just walk away and go and look for the next guy on the next date and that, blah, blah, blah. She held on. So as we went on, every once in a while, I had to point something out to her. We'd be on time, we'll be on the phone talking about something. She'll want to run from the conversation. Well, okay, I'm going to just talk to you. Like, no. I said, don't run. Don't run from this. It's my time. It's my turn to speak. You're going to listen. And she, oh, okay. All right. We got through the conversation. Time would pass. We'll have another conversation. She'll be, let me just talk to you later. I just talk to you later. I don't feel like talking about this right now. No. I say, you ain't going to run. You're going to listen to me. It's my turn to speak. Don't try to get off the phone when it's my turn to speak. And she stayed, and we talked it out. And as time went on, I broke. She started to evolve, right? She was used to doing things a certain way, getting things her way, and running whenever things were going her way. But I got her out of that. But it took for me to bring on that full force, right? That masculine energy. And I had to sit her down. No, you going to listen to me, or this can be over, right? And these things, again, as time went on, evolve. And then eventually we got to a point to where we had a clear understanding. She talked to me about her past, growing up, why she was the way she was, why she was so strong, so on and so forth. And then we got to a point to where we put all that behind us. And now, I don't have those issues, but I had to break the mold. You see what I'm saying? I had to break the mold. And I'm not encouraging all guys to do that and take that path, but the point of this video is women have it deep down inside of them. It's innately in them to be that feminine submissive, because that's what she is. I don't have to do anything within this relationship she will take care of whatever. She takes care of me. She makes sure I'm good. Like, I don't have to. She's very submissive. I'm gonna just put it that way. Duties around the house, duties outside the house. If I needed to do it, she on it. Sexuality, she on it. She's on top of things. But I had to kind of show her, right? And it took years for her to find a man like myself, but she is at her best. But I had to kind of be that man in her life that was solid and would sit her down. Look, this is how this gonna go, right? And it worked out. You know what I'm saying? That femininity is shining stronger than ever right now. But I'm not saying I advise men to have to kind of go through those channels. No, you want to find one that's already feminine. I get it. And you ain't got to go through that. I get it. But as time go on, we running into more and more women who got that shell up, and we got to break through that shell. And what I'm saying is, if you find someone who has the majority of the qualities that you want, that you're looking for, be willing to break that shell. Be willing to break that shell. Right? Now, if you get deep into it and you like, nah, that wall too high. She got a wall up and it's too high. I just can't do it. I'm going to say, have a conversation with it and keep it moving. Right? Keep it moving. Don't waste too much time, because you still got to protect your meat, your money, energy, attention, and time. Your money, energy, attention, and time. You still got to protect your meat. But what I'm saying is, don't run at first sight. See if you can break that shell, because in a woman is innately in them to be feminine, to be a helpmate, to be a helper. They want to do stuff for you. It's in a woman. She wants to help. You have to give her some things to do that you need her to do. She wants to feel needed. She wants to feel needed. But sometimes you got to break that shell and you got to sit them down. But if that wall too high and there's too much masculinity and it just ain't going, it's going to be problematic, go ahead, have a conversation with her, cut it off, keep it moving. But don't turn the idea down off the rip if she's got other qualities that you're into, right? If she's got other good qualities that you're into. But women, innately, they do want to be that helper. They do want to be feminine. They do want to adhere to your program. They do want strong leaders. And sometimes you're just going to have to break the ice. Right? You're going to have to break the ice. But you do want them to come already in their feminine energy. I agree, because you don't want conditional femininity. You want them to come in their feminine energy. I agree with that. But you got to be willing to break the ice sometimes. Be ready to break that ice. But don't waste too much time doing that. Don't waste too much time doing that. But that's all I got for you guys. Like this video. Share this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. I can be off on this. Remember, subscribe to the channel. Speaks to Beast. And also remember, guys, keep God first. Hey, guys, you are the head. The head of every woman is a man. 1 Corinthians 11:3. The head of every woman is a man. 1 Corinthians 11:3. Check it out. Keep God first, and it's on the wall. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. I love you all. Be blessed.